Okay, this is video number 28 for violin and viola players. In this video, we're going to be playing number 33 and 34 in your book. So go ahead and open up to page 12 in your Essential Elements book. Now, these songs are getting longer and they're getting more complicated. So remember a couple of videos ago, we talked about how just kind of a best practices thing, when you're approaching a new song, look at it, see if you can see potential problems. Look for things like repeat signs, look for things where notes skip or where they don't repeat, where your fingers have to move fast. Those are going to be places that you might mess up, okay? So I'm looking at 33 and I'm noticing it goes D, two Ds, two C sharps, B and A. Oh, it's going down the scale. Great. All right, it keeps going. G, F sharp. Whoops, look at measure 3. Not only does it not play two F sharps, it doesn't repeat it, but on top of that, it doesn't just go down to E, it skips to D and then comes back up. Measure 3 is going to get a bunch of you. You're going to play wrong. I would love for you to prove me wrong. I would love it because that means that you thought ahead and you got it and you've practiced, okay? Now, so that's the problem in the first line is measure 3. I'm going to look at the second line. I see D, F sharp, A, A. That should be familiar. That was part of Lightly Row, wasn't it? The very last part. And it's the arpeggio that you're supposed to be playing every single day. There's a reason I ask you to play scales and arpeggios every day. Remember I said they appear in music quite a bit. We had kind of a scale thing going on in the first line. We got an arpeggio thing going on in the second line. And then measure 3 of the second line. Some people mess up there in the past. I think only because it goes from G to A. I don't know, kind of like Good King Wenceslas, just make the tunnel and you'll be fine. You don't have to make the tunnel. In fact, what I like for you to do is let go while you play that open A already in preparation for the open D, okay? Now, before we try the whole thing, I want you to try just measure 3. So you're gonna echo me on measure 3. And this is slightly slower than that goes. And it's always good to practice slow first. Number 33, measure 3. You're going to echo me. You're going to go G, G, F sharp, open D. Try that. Echo me. G, G, F sharp, D. Go. G, G, F sharp, D. Now you might recognize that. That was actually the beginning of Morning Dance. So you've actually seen this measure before. But the measure that comes after it is different. Believe it or not, it's actually easier. Do measure 3 and 4 now. If you did not get measure 3 with that one time, pause the video, practice it till you get it, okay? Then join me again now. Measure 3 and 4. Wait for me to play both. G, G, F sharp, open D, then E. And go. G, G, F sharp, open D, now E. E, E. If you didn't get it, pause, practice till you get it. Let's go on to the second line. Now, I'm not going to play just measure 1 of the second line, even though I said that's kind of the hard part, because it's an arpeggio, and you should be good at this now because you've been playing arpeggios every day. You should be good at an arpeggio. Do measure 1 and 2 of the second line. What's tricky here? D, F sharp, A, you got that, but it goes to a B. You're not going to be expecting that. Do measure 1 and 2 of the second line. Echo me. D, F sharp, A, B, E, A. Okay? If you did not get that, pause, practice, and then join us again. And what we're going to try to do now is we're going to try to play the whole thing with the recording. So let's review the parts that are going to be tricky. Measure 3 is going to be a little bit tricky, right? You can play it. Hopefully you got it. But just remember that something else. Sometimes when you go back and join in with the stuff in the previous part of the music, it causes problems. Because you're thinking, oh, I'm going down a scale. And your hand is thinking, your left hand's not listening to your brain anymore. It's going, oh, we're going down a scale. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. Whoops, I messed up. So make sure you're really watching, training your eyeballs to move along, and your brain is talking to your fingers and telling them what to do. All right, high D finger down for 33.
33, song for Christine.
Check your hand position. Right, say, and go. D, D, now C sharp, B. Get ready for G, like a scale, but not F sharp. Now open D, now E. arpeggio. Elbow around for G. If you want to show off, let go right now. We're going to try that again. If you want to pause and practice your mistakes, go ahead and do that. High D. Go down the scale almost. Here's where it changes. F sharp now. Open D. E. Arpeggio now. D. F sharp A. Now B. Make a tunnel. Let go. D. 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 Okay? Now, if you can't play that yet, totally normal. You're going to be practicing that kind of on a daily basis for the next week or so until you get it right. Now go on to number 34. So we're going to look at the whole thing. We're going to look at the whole thing. Now I will tell you in the past, there are two places people mess up on this. It's measure 1 and 2. That's where most people mess up, is measure 1 and 2. And I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's just because it's just a little different than what we've been playing. Something I see it's a little tricky in measure 1, I got to go from E to G, and then to F sharp, and then back to G. So here, I want you to practice that now. Now, where am I getting that from? Look at the third note. It goes E, and then the fourth note is G, and then F sharp, and then G. I want you to play that. Echo me with the metronome. E, G, F sharp, G. 1, 3, 2, 3. Try that. E, G, F sharp, G. Go. E, G, F sharp, G. Try it again. E, G, F sharp, G. Go. E, G, F sharp, G, okay? If you didn't get it yet, pause it, practice that till you do, okay? Now measure 3 and 4, not really anything difficult there. Kind of going up a scale-ish, you know, everything's in order. We're not gonna really focus anything there. However, if you find that when we play the whole thing, you do mess up in measure 3 and 4, okay, so you have problems with that. That's not a common place to have problems. That's okay. You fix what you need to fix, okay? You pause it, you work on the parts that are difficult for you, and then you try it again from the beginning. Now, measure 1 and 2 in the second line, they shouldn't be difficult. I'll tell you this, they're not difficult here, they're difficult here. What I mean by that is you're just going in order. Look at your notes of the first two measures of the second line. F sharp, G, A, up a scale. Second measure, G, A, B, up a scale. Just part of a scale. What's tricky is the rhythm, the rest that you have. You're going to be very tempted to skip that rest. So let's play measure 1 and 2 of the second line. Echo me, wait for me to do both. F sharp, G, A, rest, G, A, B, rest. 1, 2, ready, and go. F sharp, G, A, rest, G, A, B, rest. Try that again, and this time echo right after me. Sorry, I kind of messed that up there. Measure 1 and 2 of the second line. F sharp, G, A, rest, G, A, B, and now go. F sharp, G, A, rest, G, A, B, rest. Let's try the whole thing. I don't believe the last two measures are too terribly difficult. Notice you do have the high D, open D, high D. Keep your fingers down. Okay, let's try it with the recording number 34.
34. Natalie's Row.
E, G, F sharp, G. Don't forget. 2, ready, and go. D, D, E. Now G, the F sharp. Keep that down. F sharp. Making your tunnels. F sharp, G, A, B, B, A. Now 2 little mini scales with the rest. Rest, G, A, B. A, B, C sharp, high D, open D, high D. Now, I'm going to suggest that you take a moment to pause the video, practice it on your own. I am going to do it again here in just a moment. But get it to where you can play it without stopping, and then see if you can play it as fast as we are going here. Okay, let's try it one more time. So at this point, you've gotten it on your own, and you're joining us again on 34. 1, 2, 34, and go. D, D, E, G. Keep that F sharp down. Make a tunnel. F sharp. sharp G-A, then rest, rest, now G-A-B, rest, now high D, open D, high D, okay? If you're still not getting it, again, more practice. I would practice this. It's going to take probably a few days to get it consistently. Again, practice till you get it, till you can't get it wrong. Not till you get it right, but till you can't get it wrong. And then I will see you in the very next video.